Of all the stupid, asinine, shark-jumping bullshit!
I gotta tell you, there are some things in this world that are very cathartic. They're better than Viagra. I wouldn't say they're better than sex, but yeah, there's nothing more enjoyable for me than seeing a self-righteous jackass get clowned on by a bunch of, like, I hate the people, but God Almighty, it's funny to see when they basically scorch a retard.
Do you have the slightest idea how little that narrows it down?
Right. So you'll be seeing two images of the tweets. Basically, one of these is from recent. The other one is less recent, I guess. This sentient little bitch, this quasi-sentient piece of afterbirth, is known as Mother's Basement. Hopefully, I'm not doxing anyone by doing this. I doubt it, but just in case, don't harass anyone. This douchebag is one of those YouTubers who have. Actually, I think I heard at one point he was a journalist or something, which might explain why he has no personality and sucks ass through a straw. This little fagwar, he's one of those YouTubers who likes to go around saying things like, well, all entertainment's political up until the politics is something he personally doesn't like most annoying leftists. Also, I half expect to find out he's one of those guys, retards, who would go around saying very douchebagginly, there's nothing political about being a good person, all while he advocates for fucking with people and makes such disingenuous arguments, it almost makes me feel like he's insulting people's intelligence. So, like the guy who used to be the voice of Bethesda. Whatever that prick's name was. The guy who said, we canceled Prey 2 because it did not meet our quality standards. Like, you ever been lied to? No. So this douchebag did this, and much like Daniel Green, this man is a retard. He thinks he's smart, he's not. There's nothing more annoying than a stupid person who thinks they're smart, and this man falls under that category. How he has subscribers, I have no idea, but then again, never mind, there's an audience for something, I guess, everywhere. And I kind of find this funny about him because this dipshit would spurg out a couple of animes, like Goblin Slayer, and Shield Hero, talking about, and I think he did 2 videos called We'll Roast It, which I highly doubt these were roasts. Roast implies intelligence or the ability to be funny. I'm pretty sure this douchebag would owe me laughs if I went to a comedy skit he was doing. He would be in a laugh debt that he could never pay back. And no, fuck him. I'm not gonna make any. I'm not even gonna try to hide around this. But yeah, no, fuck him. He was also one of those guys who, he would bitch about Goblin Slayer and Shield Hero. And from what I remember, around the same time that Shield Hero first came out, now granted, this is me going off of memory and something I forgot to confirm. And now if I try to confirm it, it's actually hard to find more confirmation now. He basically said if you're a guy who's been falsely accused of struggle snuggling a woman, you deserved it. That's what he said, allegedly. Well, Mother's Basement, you deserve what you're getting right now. You and Daniel Green deserve the worst. You are both whores of the worst kind. Hell, you're not even a useful whore. At least whores can say they help a guy, I guess, calm down. You don't do that. You make me want to get angry and do some things I wish I could say, but I'm not allowed to. I just find this funny with him and most leftists because they do this shit. They act all high and mighty and try to defend what amounts to being a pulpit, propaganda, bullshit. They would defend that with Hollywood and all that other crap, from what I understand. Although, in fairness, the few times I have watched Mother's Basement, it was by accident, and usually I clicked off because I couldn't stand the guy. So maybe I'm wrong here, but he sounds like one of those pricks who would say, there's nothing wrong with there being progressive propaganda in films. Like, really? Okay. Then someone else uses a bit of an anime for some post. I think a government one. And it wasn't even like it was saying, like, we are the Straw Hat Gang. It just used an image of them. And he got butthurt. And I find this kind of annoying with leftists because they do this, and it's like it's okay when your side is getting the push, or when your side's doing the pushing. But when the other side does it, or I don't know, says or is neutral, you get butthurt. Nah, fuck you, fuck you. But then again, these people usually fail what I call the litmus test, which if you don't know what that is, bring up anything right wing or Lovecraft. $5 says they'll spurg out within a second of you mentioning it. Especially if they have to give an honest opinion, which, honestly, saying it's honest is being pretty fucking charitable. Like, this prick does all this, and it usually drives me up a wall because he's one of those YouTubers who I think has been around a while, and he does nothing but shit on modern anime. Now, granted, a lot of modern anime seems very... not generic, but yeah, it's kind of hard for me to distinguish them from one another sometimes. I can if I look at them on screen or hear them, but a lot of the times it seems some form or another of the same thing. But I still find it entertaining. That's kind of the thing guys like him don't really seem to get, I think. And they just do nothing but bitch and moan. And I get why some of them don't like modern anime, because if I looked at an anime from, say, the 90s, early 2000s, those were a different beast. Like, in the early 2000s, you had Black fucking Lagoon. You had The Gray Man. Good anime. Underrated anime. You had a lot of good shit. We also had Dragon Ball Z, but I really don't count that as good shit. It's mid shit at best, looking back. Actually, no, not mid. It's slightly above mid. I'll give it that. I don't care what anyone says. So, there's some people who I think, who bitch about anime now. I kind of see where they're coming from, like Razor Fist, or, like, there's a few people I've heard criticize anime but they still like certain mangas and anime. Razor Fist is a good example. As much as he throws shade at anime, I also know he's a fan of Berserk and Lodoss Wars on some level. Of course, that could just mean he likes those two specifically, but that's just me. But I can at least respect his opinion, because I can at least believe either that's his opinion, or at least he stands by it and isn't an obnoxious cunt 90% of the time. And granted, he's not an obnoxious cunt 98 or 7% of the time. There's merely a 2 or 3% chance where he does border on it, and then blocks people for dumb reasons sometimes. But, where was I? Oh, yeah. So they do this, and then they're shocked when they get pushback, or they act like they've done nothing wrong. Actually, I'll bet you money he's not even bothered by this. If anything, he's probably more annoyed that people are just responding to him negatively and not kissing the ground he walks on. Because he kind of strikes me as a narcissist sometimes. I mean, he's not. He's at best an egomaniac. If he was a narcissist, he would probably be clapping back at everyone and anyone who responded to him negatively. But, and the thing that, also one of the things I guess I should say about this man that sums up why I don't like him, he is not subtle about what a douchebag he is. Like, Christian and motherfucking Linkara probably have more ability to not be dickheads than this guy, and that's saying something. If you know anything about those two fuckers.
Things Linkara jerked off to: corpses, feet, incest, Muppets, gay gangbangs, strap-on beta shit, dick girls, tons of rape, the green M&M.
Yeah, that douchebag has more subtlety. Actually, no, he and Mother's Basement, this fat bitch, yeah, no, they both, I think, have little subtlety to them, but at least Linkara, at least there's some humor. There is nothing funny about Mother's Basement. Again, this man would be in a debt of owing me laughs if he tried to be a comedian. Kind of like the Rad Roach King himself, DSP. The difference is also with DSP, at least there's some entertainment. Like, you can at least find some amusement in watching this sentient douchebag be a schnurr. Mother's Basement doesn't even have that. He sucks so much, I'm pretty sure a black hole would run out of breath before he would. And, yeah, so, and I kind of got off the topic here, but, I just find it kind of weird that they do this, because it's okay for you to do this. Like, Hassan Piker, that worthless socialist fuckheel, that commie piece of shit, who has called for death of multiple people, or at the very least, more, or at the very least celebrate the death of Charlie Kirk's his murder, as well as the attempted murder of Trump, along with that piece of shit Destiny. They do this and it's fine. But the second you do something against them that has any impact or whatever the fuck, they get more butthurt than a woman who is on a period, let's put it that way, or a Karen when you just do not entertain their need for validation. Or I don't know, I guess Nazim if you've never been to the Cloud District and he knows it. And you know that fucker's pissed that you've never been to the Cloud District. And we also know that we would all like to send him to the Cloud District if given the option. Or at least a chance. Alright, seriously, fuck Nazim, that pretentious twat. Alam deserves a far better husband than him. I also wish there had been an option to romance her in Skyrim, but that's just me. Same with Elphenia Greymane, but that's because she has the Excella factor. I'm pretty sure I would like to see someone bang the bitch out of her. What am I doing with my life? What is wrong with me? Anyway, so they do this. They get butthurt. And the fact they post this stuff and don't expect the pushback they get is kind of funny because what's the implication of this tweet then, Mother's Basement? That it's wrong for the government to go after cartels? I mean, granted, whenever I looked at the tweet he's reacting to, I was kind of having a hard time a little bit. Then I'm like, you know what? At this point, fuck it. Maybe this is a case of people are just overreacting. Maybe it's a case of me not understanding the situation. Or maybe it's a case of him genuinely being a piece of shit as always. At this point, I don't care. It's like with Daniel Green. When he was being Me Too'd briefly, I had no sympathy for him. I was fine with him being railroaded. Until I found out it was nothing burger. Then I was like, okay, let's leave him alone. Because, yeah, the second you do something fucked up, I am going to laugh at your misfortune. Kind of like with James Gunn, who apparently suffers from cuckoldry. Or a cuckoldry fetish. And yeah, no, it's too funny to me to see this. And then their reaction, like, yeah, no, progressives, kiss my ass. You are the reason why culture is now going right-leaning. That or civilization might be on the verge of taking a swan dive harder than Rome did in its empire phase. You get what you deserve. You deserve all of this. And Mother's Basement, you suck. You are a shit commentator. Then again, you're an anti-tuber, and actually, no, I'll take it back. No, even as an anti-tuber, you suck, because at least anti-tubers can be funny. It's kind of like with VTubers. Kirsha, Smuglana, if the few guy ones, I guess It's a Gundam counts. At least they're funny to watch or listen to. And see them react to stuff like Zach Hazard stories. At least there's some comedy there. This guy, no, there's nothing. There's nothing to be had. There is no intellectual discourse to be had. There is no nothing. Like, even Chris Gayrun, even though he is a piece of shit in my eyes, even though you could tell me he broke his leg walking down the street and he tripped on a bug, there's still videos of his I can say I respect the opinions in. This guy, oh, no. I'm pretty sure you could find a dead commie I feel more respect towards, which, granted, that might be harder than I'm thinking, but fuck it. And so yeah, no, Mother's Basement, you are getting what you deserve. Between this and Bum Fights 2 and 3 happening right now, I'm enjoying myself. I am happy. I am having some good entertainment because God only knows Hollywood isn't giving it to me. And anime, the stuff I want, they're still taking forever to give me sequels to, like Saga of Tanya the Evil. When is that fucking anime coming out, you motherfuckers? Wait, I think that might be Funimation, though, wouldn't it? Or no. There's this. I would say Black Lagoon, but from what I remember, there was only one other arc after the Blood Trail one. And that was before the writer started suffering writer's block. I think he finished that arc. But, yeah, no. So, I guess I can't ask for that. I would like more D. Gray Man, but that author also is having problems. Where was I? Oh, yeah, sorry. I swear to God, this developed scatterbrain of mine is very annoying. So yeah, no, Mother's Boostment, I offer you no points. You suck. And I hope you are squirming in your basement right now. Because honestly, I said on Twitter and I'll say it here, the only good goblins are the ones that stay in their filthy fucking holes. Anyway, have a nice day, and, Soka, Yemo, Hit and all that, bye-bye.
You guys have never stared into the face of an angry god as it laughs at how small you are, and then you stare right back at it and make it blink!